Wake up, Australia, particularly those people with Prados and Hiluxes that haven't changed the injectors. Now, it's a bit late for me to demonstrate what I want to, I suppose I want to prove to you, but I can't prove it now because it's too late, but I've proven it to myself, and we don't see that many of these that are that much of a bad example because most people listen to my advice because it's good advice. Now, just quickly, how many Ks? Nearly 363,000 kilometers. This is a December built 2009 150 Prado, one of the early ones. There's some other videos on it, so keep your eye out. You probably may have already seen those unless I decide to drop this one out early because it's a very important message. Now, there's a few people going around at the moment that seem to think, oh, you know, I've done 300,000 or 400,000 Ks, no problem. Now, I've checked this and I've checked that, and you know, mine aren't making noise, and I keep telling people, but you've got to listen if you want to learn. The earlier ones, 05, 6, 7, 8, 9, until they changed, like in the 150 Prados at September 09, and the Hiluxes that changed about the same time. The earlier ones, we can go by diagnostics and stuff like that. We can listen to it, we can hear the knocking noises, we can see some smoke and things like that. With these, they have a different software package and they adjust. Now, what's just happened here, for example, so the client actually asked me, and he'll watch this video and he'll know it's his car and all that sort of thing, so I'm speaking to him as well. He already asked me, so what were the injectors like? And we already demonstrated in another video that he's seen that you may not have seen yet, that the injector seat were about to leak. The only reason the seats lasted this long is because of the likelihood of it being more highway Ks, longer trips to get the Ks up, okay? So very lucky there at this sort of kilometers. The injectors were built in December 2008, so it was a year older than the vehicle, and it appeared to be running reasonably. But this is what I'm saying, the software automatic relearn every 5,000 Ks. So what happens, you know, that's a lot of adjustments in 360,000 Ks on the original injector. So what happens, the software, it adjusts, it makes adjustments. Now let's go, can we just go to the top here? Can you bring it back to right to the top so we can see the load reading and what it is now? The vehicle's not at absolute full operating temperature, but I just want to give a few examples of what happens. So we started up the vehicle, and I give it a very gentle rev, and I feel a vibration through the vehicle, and I hear a knocking noise, and you'd think, oh no, you know, we've put some crook injectors in or something like that, but we haven't done the pilot learn yet, right? The manual relearn. Now you can see the load here now. What is it? You can't actually, can you see it? Oh no, we've got a bit of reflection going on. Let's kind of like go like that, maybe, I don't know, something like that. I think I can't even see, I got reflection on my own. So 16, right? Now, what was it before, mate? It was on 14 or something, wasn't it? Yeah. So look, on your injectors, generally you're going to see 15 is the most common. You see 16, 17, 18, even up to about 18. It's all normal. Don't worry about that on a 150. So you got to listen to all the videos very carefully so you don't make the mistakes. So we saw 14 and we went, ooh, that's not good. And then we went, what do we do? Let's have a look down at the other readings and let's discuss what they were. Let's discuss it together. The injection volume, it's up around what it should be now. You can see it's about 8.2. What was it? It was about 7, wasn't it? Yeah, about 6, 7. Yeah, that's when we're going, mate, what's going on there? Okay, should we tell it? Feedback value of minus 1.1. That could adjust in a little bit more yet, but it's not uncommon to see, as we've said in other videos, about 1 in 10, you might see a feedback value on one injector. You can see even the one below it's 0.7. You might see around the 1, even a bit higher than that, you know. I don't like when I see high ones, but you do see it sometimes. It's not an issue, okay? It'll stay the same like forever. Anyway, what did we see? I saw a minus 2.9. What did you see? Minus 2.9 on number 1. We're going, oh, and you give a bit of a, you know, I'm like this with a foot. I'm going, and I'm going, oh, it's rough. You can feel it, and we've got all these readings, and we didn't go any further, and we looked at each other and had a laugh and said, you know what? Let's do the pilot learn because that's what's going to fix it. And then we did that. And of course afterwards it's so beautiful now. I mean, for 363,000 Ks on the original injectors, have a listen to this thing. It's just an awesome clean revving engine. As I said, this may settle in a bit more, not a big deal at all, but I'm trying to demonstrate from doing the pilot learn, the engine's become clean and smooth, the feedback values are fixed, the injection volume's fixed, the load's fixed, all those most important readings that we always talk about are fixed. So what it's demonstrated for those people that hung around the 5 minutes is what I've been saying. You know, you can't rely on diagnostics to check injectors in 150 Prados and a lot of other similar systems like the Hiluxes from September onwards. You've got to base it on averages. We see the wear on the internals of the injectors, which we demonstrated once again on this vehicle in a previous vehicle, or it might be yet to come if I release this one early, because it's very important information. Because if you know, it's well documented by Toyota, wrong combustion, if injectors aren't working right, it is the, you know, that's their documented cause of cracked pistons. So you want to make sure it's running right. And if we do a pilot learn and then it goes all smooth, what that means is the software package has adjusted things to make the old flogged, worn and flogged injectors work satisfactorily, so that to you it's running clean, smooth and even. And by putting brand new mechanically awesome injectors into the engine and then having it run bad just shows just how far out all that automated adjustment, that software had adjusted for those injectors to run satisfactorily. So lucky it can do that, but it's not what you want. Don't leave them this far is my advice. You can leave them as long as you like. I just give advice. Doesn't bother me. The most important warning, I suppose, is if you're going to buy injectors, you know who to get them from, because you're only going to get brand new, fresh stock, the whole kit, the whole job done, whatever it is that you want. We can help you with that. Mondays, text message Monday morning, but make sure it's in March on 7/14/21. That's the 7th, the 14th or the 21st, and after that we're taking about a month's leave. We're going on leave. We've got a lot of things to do, behind on a lot of things, got a lot of things going on. We're going to call it holidays, but we may or may not be around, in and out, whatever the case may be. But we'll be back on deck after Easter, the 26th of April, which will be a Tuesday, because I think Easter must be the Monday, right? So we'll be back on deck on the Tuesday. Don't hit us too hard, so if you need anything, just hit it on the 7/14/21 in March. We'll expect a big month in March, and look forward to maybe a little bit more at the end of April, and then we'll be heavy duty in May. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've learnt something. Let's just have another look at that reading. It's hovering around the 1.1. I just saw a 1. As I said, I'm not concerned about that, okay? After a decent, this has not been for a road test. We've worked on it. It needs a decent road test, and things will settle in. Like always, if you haven't already, subscribe, turn the bell on if you don't want to miss out on the best, most accurate, genuine information. And if you like this one, smash that like button. Catch ya.